Yes, teachers are humans, especially as we're trying to figure out how to teach about race and racism.
Have you seen a bad lesson about gender and gender ideology where the teacher tells people, makes up shit about the biological realities of life? I wonder. That's why I'm like, why are you putting things in the classroom that teachers can fuck up? Don't you think when you're educating people, there's enough things out there that we don't have to put things in the classroom that are dangerously misinterpreted?
It's funny that you should mention that, Adam. I don't know if you went and watched this CBS report that John Oliver is citing here.
No.
Because it's highly relevant to what you just said. Let me bring it up.
Oh my God.
Yes, real quick.
It's so amazing. It's so much better to be lucky. It's so much better just to be lucky than to be a good planner. I'm telling you.
That's right. I watched this thing and I was like, oh, there's this point. And then Adam just stumbles upon this point by accident without watching it at all. He just intuitively figured it out there.
Listen, I have 2 elephants. I'm not sure if you know this. I'm super intuitive.
Okay.
You know that dumb empath on Star Trek? I got her beaten by a mile.
Oh my God, I'm blanking on her name. Deanna Troi. Deanna Troi.
Deanna Troi, yeah.
Well, anyways, so the context here, because we're not going to, there's a couple segments of this I want to watch. But this segment is interesting, and we'll watch it first. The guy on the left is a teacher at school, or he was a teacher who has been fired because he was teaching things that were too close to the lines of these, CRT
really?
stuff.
Holy cow, Sitch doing his homework. Were you doing this during EFAP? How'd you get this?
I know, I did this on Friday. And I want you to listen to what what inspired him to start talking about white privilege, because it's literally exactly what you said. It's, do you trust, you have teachers who are making bad decisions and saying bad things based on stupid shit. Okay.
What is the history behind what's happening in the United States with regards to race?
So how did you lose your job?
Well, this goes back to the fall of 2020. It was the Jacob Blake and the Kyle Rittenhouse situation in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Oh protests over the police. No. He lost his job over telling the truth about Kyle Rittenhouse.
No. It's the opposite.
Oh, really?
Shooting of Jacob Blake continued for a 5th day. Blake is still recovering from multiple gunshot wounds. Kyle Rittenhouse, the teenager charged with killing 2 people during Tuesday night's protest, is appearing before a judge this morning.
And I said, well, I have to talk about this in my contemporary issues class. And so I did, and I made the statement that white privilege is a fact. And I...
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh, no.
Not in the context of Kyle Rittenhouse. That's so bad. So bad.
So he has a contemporary issues class, which, by the way, I forget what state this is, but I had a current events class too.
Yeah. I had current events way back in the before.
It was great.
Times.
I loved it.
Yeah. We covered things like the Falklands War.
Such an old man.
Everyone freaks out when I say shit like that.
I know. But no, and my teacher was able to talk about current events without taking definitive political sides in any of these issues. And so here's a perfect example. You have a teacher who looks at Jacob Blake and Kyle Rittenhouse. Jacob Blake, if you forgot, is the guy who sexually assaulted his girlfriend.
Yes.
And then tried to steal the car with children in it. And
violated a restraining order. Yeah.
Violated a restraining order. Had a weapon in the car. Had a gun or a knife in the car.
Pulled a knife on the cop while he's trying to arrest him.
Right. The cops try to pin him to the ground. He fights them off. They tase him, I believe, twice. And it doesn't work. And only when he's about to get in the car that has children in it, which the police think are being kidnapped because his girlfriend is screaming, my children are in the car.
Not his car, a rental car from his girlfriend.
Right. that they shoot him to prevent him from driving off with children in the car. Okay. 100% justified shooting, in my estimation. 100% justified. So we have that situation, and then we have the fake news, obviously, that we've covered to death on the stream about Kyle Rittenhouse. And that is what leads this teacher to say, white privilege is a fact in America.
Well, you know how he said it, because he's like, Kyle Rittenhouse would have been immediately incarcerated. There's no way he would have walked past the police cruiser. I mean, they did bear mace him in the face, right?
Well, police mace, not bear mace, but
yeah, whatever it is.
Well,
I'm sure it's probably the same thing, but yeah. I mean, you know, that was the conversation.
Right.
That he walked past the police with an AK, and if he was a black person, he would have been tackled and killed on sight.
Well, if even, because we don't know because he doesn't talk about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he bought in the whole narrative that Kyle Rittenhouse was, firing indiscriminately into a crowd of protesters.
Oh, yeah.
Killed black people and
Yeah.
minorities, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Blah. So
This dumb white guy, this dumb moron. Just think, these are the people teaching your kids, these idiots.
right. So I just thought this was crazy.
Let's go a little more. Come on, you piqued my interest here.
I asked my students, what are we going to do to help or contribute to ending racism in the United States? After the January the 6th insurrection.
And my students say, shut up, boomer. You don't know anything. Have you even watched the videos, Mr. Wilson? What the fuck?
I assigned an article by Ta-Nehisi Coates called The First White
Oh, no.
Yep. Went straight for the Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
This racist piece of shit. This definitely violates the executive order. I'm telling you, this is not good. This is not good.
President. We were going to look at the 2016 election. We were going to look at social media.
Oh my God. He's a January 6th or 2. This is amazing.
Media and Trump being a good businessman, all the things that the students brought up. And it had some language in it. And a parent complained, and I received a reprimand from the central office saying that I was not giving varying viewpoints to my students and that the language in the article was inappropriate for high school students.
Hold on a second.
What?
We got to get the language. People be.
And all the things that the students brought up.
Here it
and
is.
it had some language in it.
The language.
And a parent complained, and I received.
Derived from cuckold, the slur cuck, phrase grab them by the pussy. The construct of a white race is the idea of not being
a reprimand.
Wait. I think I didn't work it out.
I didn't read the whole article because it's very long, but I skimmed like the first couple pages of it. There's a lot of N-words thrown around there. So
oh wow. Because it is it's Tallahassee Coates, Ta-Nehisi Coates, something like that.
Tallahassee,
Who claimed to honor the lady while raping the whore. Oh
yeah, I don't know. I didn't get to that part, so I don't know what that's being.
Well,
but
from the central.
This is a spicy article you're giving out to your. What grade is this? Did he say? I can't remember.
I don't think he says stage.
Okay.
But.
Yeah. Yes, this is definitely some political propaganda. Yeah.
Yep.
Teachers should be forced to read The Righteous Mind. They really should.
And the point of the article, from at least what I read of it, seemed to be saying that all presidents before Trump, they didn't run on being white. Their whiteness was implicit in like the racism of the president is implicit in like majority and white privilege in America. And Donald Trump is the first white president because he ran on his whiteness to counteract Obama's blackness. And he kind of frames it like the only reason Donald Trump won is because racist people were so against a black guy being president that they voted for Donald Trump. That seemed to be the point of the article, which
So the article is called "The First White President," and he's arguing that Trump is the first white president, not George
Yes.
Washington.
Because Trump is the first president to run on whiteness explicitly.
Right.
And
Okay.
obviously, so if you're Republican and your child comes home with this article that's essentially saying
you voted for Trump.
you voted for Trump because you're racist,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a bit of a problem with the teacher teaching this. You know,
Yeah.
to your
Why
student.
is why is a teacher teaching my kid I'm a racist?
Right?
Yeah. Which, I'm glad this guy got fired. I hope fucking good luck. I hope you're working at Burger King now, bub. Oh, I'm so infuriated.
Was not giving varying viewpoints to my students, and that the language in the article was inappropriate for high school students. Fast forward to the Derek Chauvin trial. One of my students in the class, in response to one of my questions, brought up white privilege. And I said, well, what is that? And so we started to research white privilege, and then we watched a poem by Kyla Janae Lacey entitled...
And the rest of this, well, we don't have to watch the rest of this guy talk, but he just basically talks about how he gets fired for being an idiot.
Yeah, but I'm savoring this, so I want to...
Oh, okay.
I want
white privilege. And there is some language in that.
This European history being taught is a...
Oh, does it go back to him?
I think so.
I want to hear him say I got fired.
Okay.
Is this bad?
I like that he's like, we're looking up. It's not bad. I like how it's like, we're looking up for class, trying to figure out what white privilege is. And they're like, let's find this poem by this obviously unbiased individual.
Yeah.
Explain to us the concept of white privilege.
Here it is. I'm sure it's going to be great.
The major in African is an elective. It is learning about my people only 28 days. Like I'm not black every second.
We discussed it, had a really...
Oh my... she's like complaining about Black History Month. I guess it should be Black History Year. I'm like,
well, we shouldn't I mean, I'm not against.
It should be American history. Yeah, exactly.
Right. I'm not against having specific, focus on stuff like that, but
really good discussion about it. I think some parents heard about the lesson, they complained, and I was given dismissal papers on May the 5th.
Han says he was...
Sullivan County School Board. Where is that? What state is Sullivan County in? Do you know?
fired for being insubordinate and unprofessional, but was taken aback because he's been exploring social issues like these for nearly a decade.
You know, we've discussed...
Oh, shit. He's like, hey, I've been doing this shit for 10 years. Just now I'm getting in trouble? Oh, interesting.
Things like COVID, Me Too, race in the United States, climate change.
Oh, look.
Tennessee.
Just a cavalcade of liberal issues. All liberal issues. Did you hear that list?
I did. This is from Knoxville, Tennessee, is where he taught.
Interesting. Yeah. They're not talking about cancel culture in the class, of course, because that's a myth. It doesn't exist.
Now, those are all hot button issues.
Right. Yeah.
Have you ever received complaints about any of the other issues?
No, never.
Can you understand, or do you understand, that white people, particularly white males...
Fuck you.
You're going to like where this question goes.
Fuck you. Look at
This
that.
guy's such a great voice.
He's like, particularly white males.
Yeah.
We kind of got the females in line already.
I know, you're going to love where this question goes.
May feel as though the conversations are sort of putting them against the ropes. That the conversation has sort of changed, and now they suddenly feel like they're on the defensive. And every conversation we have around race pits white males particularly as the bad guys, the oppressor, the problem.
Yeah, I can understand that. But, you know, the way that I frame that to my students is continuing to live here in the United States and not do anything about racial oppression is a contribution to it, and you can make that choice.
Oh my God, no.
What a bullshit non-answer too.
Well, no, he's basically saying, well, but they are responsible. They should feel like up against the ropes.
I guess that, yeah. When I'm saying it is a choice to do now, I don't know. This is a fucking terrible answer.
I just want the guy to get up and go, oh, a lovely home you have here. Let's see what you have in the refrigerator. Oh, it's all soy milk. Look at this. An entire refrigerator full of soy milk. Interesting dietary choice you've got here, Mr. Wilson.